Hey, I hope you're well. And I'm like, is this actually happening? Like, are we actually To be honest with you, maybe it's just now that this whole thing is actually just actually hitting me. Like, wow, we've actually legit been inside our homes in isolation, in quarantine for, well, I've been working from home now for about a month now. Um, and it's just like, I don't even have the words to describe it, but for certain things have definitely changed. Like even just going to Tesco or whatever supermarket you go to, all of the social distancing implementation, people wearing face masks like it's just the norm now. Everything has totally changed, and of course it's for the best because it's the best way to ensure that everyone can be protected and stay safe and things like that. But it just makes you think, wow, like would be good to know, like, how do you think things are going to be after, like, and when do you think things could go back to normal? Would they go back to normal when it comes to hugging and stuff? I mean, I don't know who's going to be jumping to be hugging people, but I don't know, we'll see. But this video is me just basically wanting to share some tips with people in terms of like when it comes to dealing with possibly the fear, the anxiety, the uncertainty that comes along with like the kind of society that we're living in now. One thing that's been helping me a lot in this time is spending a lot of time with the Lord. And it's not even just by praying, even though praying is absolutely amazing. It's just by reading more of the word. And what I did want to share is just like what that means, how to get into the word, and what I use to help me personally. And I'm hoping that it can encourage some of you out there, if you do want to use this time to kind of draw closer to the Lord, draw nearer to him. Because trust me, it says in the word that he will keep in perfect peace those whose mind is stayed on him. And if your mind is on the Lord, trust me, he will keep you in perfect peace. And the thing is, peace doesn't mean that there's not things going on, because you know, I could be peaceful, I am feeling peaceful, but that doesn't mean that all this COVID stuff is not happening around me. It just means that I've got the certainty that I know God's going to overcome. God has overcome because he's already overcome the world. So I have that assurance already that, okay, it's going to be okay. Like, irrespective of what it looks like now, it is going to be okay. And that's because I've disciplined. It's a self-discipline thing at the end of the day. Like, you have to discipline yourself. Thoughts are going to come to your mind that's going to make you scared. Thoughts are going to come to your mind that's going to make you doubt. Thoughts are going to come to your mind that's going to make you think, do you know what, it's just not going to happen anymore. All these thoughts are going to come, but it's a process, because whatever thoughts that you allow to linger in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, that's what's going to manifest in your life. It's going to manifest in the way you speak. It's going to manifest in the way you act and react and respond. So it's really important to get the thought trail correct and the thought trail right, and that can kind of help in just like everyday decisions and things like that. But like I said, it's not a thing that's just like 1 minute that you just do, and it's like it's something that you have to put into practice. So in that token, what I've been using, I can't even show it to you because I'm using my phone to record this, but what I've been using a lot is the YouVersion Bible app on my phone, and that has been an amazing resource. On there you can find a devotion to suit whatever mood you are in at the moment or at the present time in which you're looking at the app. And one of the things they've done recently in the updates is kind of even use emojis. Like, they will kind of put the different emojis. So they'll put the smiley emoji, the angry face emoji, the like kind of confused emoji, and you can use those, like, even if you're not sure how to articulate how you feel, like in by typing, you can click one of the emojis and it will bring up a list of plans that you can follow. And essentially some of the devotions are 3 days, some are 5 days, some are even longer. You got 7 days, 21 days, 40 days, and you even have year-long plans as well. And essentially what it is you click on the plan. So for example, let's say one of the ones I'm doing now is I am doing a lot of reading on anxiety, because I just want to be able to learn and know how to correctly respond, how to relate to people that may be facing like extreme anxiety in this time from a Christian point of view, and what kind of words, etc., to say. So actually I'm reading quite a few different plans on anxiety at the moment. So what it would have is, it will say day one. You click on day one. It lists out the devotional, so you read through the devotional, and it's great because some of them are even audio, so even if you don't want to read them, you can listen to them. And then after the devotional, they will have between 1 and 5 scriptures that you can read and meditate on. And for me, that's one of the favorite parts of the devotional, because like, fair enough, someone's written something that, which is great, but being able to now actually see how I can find things that relate specifically to that in the Bible, for me, that's solid. The other day, I read I read a devotional, and the verse that it referred to in Psalms, it just blew my mind. It was Psalms 33:6, if I remember correctly, and it was talking about how just like God merely spoke a word and he created the earth. And I just think I was just like really dwelling on that for a while. Like, he merely spoke a word. Like, he didn't have to talk how I'm talking now, like with full vim. Like, he merely spoke, and yet this whole world was created. And to me, it just emphasized the magnitude and how much power God has. And I'm not gonna lie, like, we do underestimate that power. We do underestimate how powerful and strong and magnificent God is sometimes. And it is in times like this that we can really lean back and start to really reflect and think on how sovereign and almighty God actually is. A lot of the time we want to be the God, little g, in our own lives by driving ourselves forward and thinking we're the ones that are the strong ones, and thinking we're the ones that's making all these moves in our lives, and we're the ones that's doing all these like magnificent things in our lives. Whereas no, it's only truly by the grace of God that we are able to do so. So I think just that verse just literally was just, it had me, and it still does, to be honest. And that's one of the great things I do love about the YouVersion Bible app. It's just the ability to be able to dig deeper into the words and relate and apply it to everyday life. And like I said, there is a plan for almost everything. Like, for if one's dealing with anger, if one's kind of dealing with envy, if one's dealing with lust, if one's dealing with just not knowing how to wait patiently, or just so many different plans there. And what's good about it is, if you want to do a plan and you don't want anyone else to see, because basically it's like a form of social media essentially. You can find your friends on it, you can add friends on it, you can kind of see what kind of plans your friends are doing, which is great, because because there's such a plethora of ads on there, you may not even find something. So you may see that friend number A is doing friend number A friend number one is doing a plan on, I don't know, healthy eating or something, because there are plans on eating as well in the Bible app. So they're doing a plan on healthy eating, and you may think, oh, that's something I want to do. So then by seeing that, you can start doing that. But it's also the opportunity for you to keep your plans private. So for example, if you were doing a plan on, I don't know, becoming emotionally healthy, and you didn't really want anyone to know that you were kind of doing that kind of plan, then you can just keep it private. And when you're going through your devotion, it wouldn't kind of show on your kind of homepage that you've completed that plan, for example. It will just, you're the only person that will know. So yeah, that's like one of the great things about it. Another thing is, if you can do a plan together with people. So let's say you and a friend wanted to do a plan on overcoming I don't know, greed. Let's just say overcoming greed, for example. Both of you could do that at the same time, and it's good because you're keeping each other in check. So that's another great thing why I think the YouVersion Bible app is absolutely amazing, especially in these times. And there's been so many times I have literally had to pick up my phone during the course of the day and just read a plan, just because it is a way that it just kind of calms me, because I'm just like reminding myself about the words, and it's just keeping me grounded, it's keeping me sane, it's keeping me just in check, basically. Because living in isolation and quarantine, like, it can be a bit much. Like, it can just be a bit much at times. So it is nice to be able to fall back on something that you know is solid, is firm, and is going to keep you grounded, to be honest, at the end of the day. So yeah, I just literally wanted to share some quick tips on using the YouVersion Bible app, to be honest, and check in, see how everyone is doing. And I just hope that you're keeping connected, whether you're living by yourself at the moment or whether you're living with your family. I just really hope that everyone's able to keep connected. People are keeping hopeful. It's really difficult, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. God's gonna come through. This is not gonna be the end. Like, if the story can't end like this, so just be hopeful and just trust that it will get better. Some days are harder than others. Some days are cool, easy breezy. Like, some days are fine, some days are more difficult, they're more testing, they just require a lot more of you, but it's okay. Take He is just provides enough grace for one day. His mercies are new each and every single morning, and he says like we shouldn't worry about tomorrow because each day has enough worries and troubles of its own. So there's no point in us trying to think, okay, how am I going to be tomorrow, blah blah blah. Just deal with today and take things one day at a time. Trust me, I know curveballs come. Curveballs are gonna come. Like, in these times you're gonna be tested. You may not realize how, like, there may be certain characters traits that you may start to kind of see in yourselves because you're actually spending quite a lot of time just with yourself, with your thoughts, etc. So just take things one day at a time. Don't try and rush things too quickly. Where you can, and if you're able to leave the house, try and get some fresh air. It does a world of good, and it's good because, you know, when things start getting back to maybe how they were, you know, we don't want anyone kind of suffering from any kind of fear of stepping outside. So where you can, try and just go outside. And it's also good for, you know, just exercising as well, and just getting fresh air is good. So like, go outside, go for a walk, etc. Where you can, follow the advice and the rulings of the government wherever you are staying, please. But if you can go outside, get some fresh air, keep hydrated. Like, it's easy to just like forget because you're, you know, living at home or wherever you may be staying. It could be easy to forget to like keep hydrated. So just make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you are sleeping. Like, in these times, days are just merging. Weekend and weekday, everything just merging. Like, time, sometimes you don't even know what time it is, you don't even know what day it is. But try and just keep sleeping is really important. And a lot of people are spending a lot of more time on their screens, whether that's a tablet, their phone, TV, whatever it may be. So it's really important to try and take your eyes away from the screen as well, just to not give yourself headaches, especially those who may be working from home or working from laptops, etc. Like, I find when you work from home, you do a lot more work than you do in the office because you're just at home, so you can just get through the work. But try and take breaks from the screen where you can. Just like relax your eyes, rest your eyes, do some eye exercises. There's lots of them like on YouTube and stuff that you can just do just to keep your eyes just going well. So yeah, sleep, hydration, fresh air, like screen break time, even social media breaks. There's a lot of stuff flying on social media, and where it's quite good in terms of like just providing a sense of comic relief, there's loads of memes, there's loads of like all these challenges that are fun to watch, etc. Sometimes it can be a bit much, so don't feel any kind of way if you want to put your phone to the side and just take a break. That's absolutely fine. You need to do what you need to do for yourself and for your own mind, for your own sanity, etc. So if you need to take a social media break, take a social media break. That's absolutely fine. And eat healthily, eat like good where you can. I know it's difficult to like sometimes go to the shops and get some like fruit and veg, but where you can, try and keep your fruit and veg up. It's really important, and it's a good natural way of just boosting your immune system as well, and keeping yourself healthy. So those are just an extra few tips that I just chucked in there for you at the end. But ultimately, guys, like, I would definitely check out YouVersion Bible app. It's been great, and like I said, in helping me just keep connected, and just keeping my mind just refreshed with the word, like new words. Just, and God's just speaking to me. He's been speaking to me about a lot of things lately. So yeah, that's how it's going down. But yeah, keep safe, you know, keep prayed up, keep calm, and keep connected to your loved ones, like keep connected to your friends, whatever way you can. Just keep connected. And if you know someone's living alone, please just be reaching out to them, because living by yourself in these times, it can be difficult. So reach out to people. And even in the same token, like if you know someone that may not necessarily get on the best with their family and they're all cooped up together, reach out and just keep talking to them as well. But irrespective of whatever the living circumstances are, keep connected to your loved ones. Okay, take care, be safe, and I'm gonna see you soon.